Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am on location in the beautiful state of South Carolina. Palmetto tree. How do you pronounce that? Anyways, that's not a tree that we see in Kentucky. And we drove the C8 on its first road trip. I now have over 2,000 miles on the car. I'm excited to be down here because since the day I got this car, even before I got this car, I was working on finding a drag strip that I could take this car to. I had it all lined up, and then coronavirus happened and closed down. So for the last 3 weeks, I've been talking with drag strip owners and stuff like that, and just nobody would do it. So here I am in South Carolina. We're gonna drive this down to the drag strip for the very first time. They literally called me last night, like, Mike, we'll hook you up, come on down. Told the wife, hey, let's hop in the car, we're going to South Carolina. And she freaked out because she doesn't like spontaneous things, but I'm like, we're doing it, let's go. It's about 600 miles to South Carolina where I'm at right now, and I gotta say, the front end of the Corvette, yeah, it catches some bugs here and there. So we're gonna have to go find a car wash and get this all cleaned up. We will be going to Carolina Dragway. They call it the House of Hook. I've never been here before. It's a quarter-mile track from what I'm told. I was reading on the internet that it was an 1/8 mile. So the people who know this track say it's a quarter mile. So we'll see what's going on. And just because we're under the conditions that we're in, everything is social distancing. We don't have many people here. There is a couple people that I called and said, hey, do you want to come down? You guys are in the area. They helped me out to get this track and they did some work on it. So there's about 10 of us total. Not a ton of people, and we're all practicing social distancing and staying away from each other to make sure nothing happens goofy, spreading the virus, someone getting sick, stuff like that. Health and safety is the most important thing. All right, guys, we are here. Wow, this place is pretty awesome. You can see the sun is a whole lot out. That's really good. I have to check what the DA is. We're gonna run stock tires, 22 PSI, 20 PSI, somewhere right around there. No burnouts obviously in this, so will be interesting to see. I'm not gonna race the light, so if you see my reaction time is really slow, that's because I'm gonna let the light go green. I'm gonna put it in launch mode and then go on my own will, right? I'm not racing the light. So we're all about how fast we can get down the track, what our trap speed's gonna be, stuff like that, and overall have fun. All right, guys, we're getting ready to do our first run. We have tire pressures down to 21 in the back. I showed you what the PA was earlier. We got a couple GoPros, we got the PDR, so come along. This is our first run. Not too bad, not too bad. I saw 11:45 on the PDR. I just watched it. And so we'll go get our time slip and we will see what that tells us. Interesting, launched pretty hard. Really, really interesting. All right, how'd I do?
Not bad.
Oh, that's exactly what the PDR said. Not bad, 11.52, 118 trap speed, 1.67 60 to foot time. So in my manual transmission C7 and my Gen 6 Camaro, I never, ever, ever got out of 1.9s. And I'll tell you guys know this. This isn't a secret. I'm no drag racer, right? This is definitely recreational. I'm not out here trying to compete against anybody or one-up anybody in the world. This is just fun for me to bring you guys content, but a 1.67 60 foot time, pretty impressive. All right, guys, we're gonna go number 2. What I didn't tell you on the first one is that I don't think this car launched very hard. It only had like 2,500 RPMs, as you saw on the PDR. So we're gonna see if we can do a little different and a little bit better this time. I will say that 1.6 60 foot time, I've never done that on any of my cars, my Gen 6 Camaro or my C7. So that was pretty impressive out of this car. And again, amateur, right? I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm having fun. Was much better. The car launched much harder, and if you watch the PDR, you'll see that I Did not have that going up to 3,500 RPM or so. It started out at 2,500. I let go of the brake, reset, made sure that I pushed the brake in emergency panic mode. So I pushed it as hard as I could, then floored the gas pedal, and then it launched hard like I was doing. So I watched the PDR. I think I know what the time is. It's much better, but let's go check out this time slip from Mrs. Chevy Dude. How we doing on that one?
Good, but you don't get to see.
I don't. I already watched the PDR before I come down here.
Oh, you're no fun.
I know. Ooh, the PDR was wrong. 11.3. Nice.
It was much better.
That was pretty sweet. 11.3, 119, almost 120 trap speed. So 166, 60 foot. So did you notice what I did there is I went to launch it and the RPM wasn't right, and then I reset and did it, and it launched right that time. I didn't have my foot down on the brake hard enough. That was the issue.
I was gonna say, I mean, I could tell you got the RPMs a little higher this time, and it seemed to launch a little harder, but still not as hard as you've done.
No, I don't know. So we'll see.
It might be just a little bit of nerves, you know.
Maybe, I don't know. So 8 miles, 7.23. Pretty impressive. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to make my third pass. So what do you think? Faster or slower?
I would hope faster, but then again, it is you.
If you would think that I'd go slower, I would just leave you here in South Carolina and you wouldn't have a ride home.
That's mean.
Well, don't bet against your husband.
I told you, I always go against you until everybody else does.
I can't win. I can't win. All right, third pass, here it comes. Let's go, come on! Come on! Let's go! 120! Oh! So you staying here or are you coming home with me? Slower, you're staying here. If it's faster, you can come home.
Oops. Then I guess I'm staying here.
Ah.
Your numbers are, your 60 foot and all that stuff's not bad, but for some reason you
Oh man. Oh yeah, there we go. We're good. We're good. All right, so third pass is official. 119 at the trap. 11.34, 168, 60 foot time. All right, so in between our third and fourth pass here, we're getting ready to go out and do another one. I'm just kind of just starting to do some research and like, what is Chevy's quarter mile time? Chevy hasn't told us, right? So I'm looking back at a Car and Driver article, October 15, 2019, and they say after a quick burnout to heat up the tires and scrub them of any debris, the launch control system aids the vent in its way to a scorchingly quick run to 6 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds through a quarter mile mark with an elapsed time 11.2 at 122. So one, I'm like, how are they doing burnouts, okay? Because I'm not doing any burnouts. I'm just going up to the line and launching it, okay? Nobody's done a burnout without the aid of strapping it to a crate, right? Amelia strapped to a crate and did a burnout, which is awesome. So nobody's done a burnout yet. I can't get a burnout done, so I'm just trying to recreate that. So just as a recap on my 3 times, the first one, we were not even gonna worry about the first one because the first one was a test, but the second one, 11.3 to 119, and then 11.349 at 119. So my 8th mile time was a little slower on my last one. So I think if I can get that up, I can kind of duplicate those results. But how do I do a burnout? So if I can scrub the tires and get them heated up a little bit, is this car going to stick a little bit more and get my 60 foot time down? All 3 60 foot times are in the 1.68, 1.66 times. So can I get that down to 1.5? Can I get that down to low 1.6s? And that's going to make up that trap speed a little bit quicker. I don't know. We'll try to make a couple more passes. We'll see what happens. So this next pass I'm going to do in like burnout mode that I taught you guys how to do. So push the traction control once, push it a second time, and hold it for about 5 seconds for the ESC to go off. So I'm going to try that, see if I can get a little bit better time, and we'll see what happens. I'm still baffled over the burnout claim that they have in that article. I don't know. We'll see.
12 seconds later.
All right, so that definitely did not work. That pass, I haven't seen the time yet, but that pass did not seem good at all. So I'm gonna hot lap this one. I'm gonna go right back to back. I put it back in regular mode, and we're gonna launch it again. Take 2. All right, so I'm gonna watch this pass. You can watch right along with me. Whoa, it says 11.2. I hot lapped this thing. Wow, I saw 11.2 on PDR. Let's go back to Mrs. Chevy Dude and see what their time was. We did see 11.2 on PDR. Wow. Woo! All right, so the first one probably wasn't very good, was it? What about that second one? It wasn't either?
No.
Oh, man. So the PDR shows 11.2. This shows 11.4. Wow. PDR shows 11.2 though. Interesting.
It is. It's a big discrepancy.
It is. It's crazy. That's what I talked about on the 5 things I don't like about the C8, which is right. Is their time off or is the PDR time dead on? I don't know. All right, you're making the next pass.
No.
Yes, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You don't have to launch the car, just go down and run it. Just go up to the line, and when the light turns green, take a deep breath and floor it. That's all you gotta do. You can do it. You can do it. You ready? All right, let's go.